back to Midenhall. So last time, we came up here and we made these areas here. That area, and then get up there. That area, this hallway over here, which goes into this little bit of the tower here, and this staircase here. And then we have a staircase here going down into the chapel. So our next step from here is to go outwards. And for that, I need more information. So off we go. Oh, we are still in Utopia audio. My bad. I always forget. I always just get used to hearing stuff in the background. I do this at work, too, because we're allowed to listen to music before the store opens. And I just get so used to hearing it that I forget that I'm hearing it. So after the store opens, I'm like walking around on the sales floor, still listening to my music. Because I like forget. I forget that I'm actually listening to music. And then, like, when you turn the music off, everything just feels eerily quiet. Like, unnaturally quiet. But no, this is just the sound of not playing music. They didn't make that on Furrowfield? They did. Crazy that they'd actually do builds on, like, the story islands. I mean, it was a house, but still. Okay, so one thing we were thinking about doing, since this is going to be ongoing for quite some time, is having topics of conversation for each stream, so we could, and even take suggestions for topics of conversation. What is going on here? Is this grass supposed to be here? I don't feel like it is. So this is probably supposed to all be tile. Oh, this is going to be a fun room. Okay, Mr. Tree. Okay, I'm going to get rid of some of these blocks that I may or may not need. I feel like most of what's left I may at some point need. And these are free to remake. I feel like I can get rid of these. They're easy to remake. But I feel like I'm going to need them. Anyway. I hate to do this. Crap. There, give me that tree back so I can put it back down. But I kind of want to be able to see what's going on over here, and then I'll put the tree back when I'm done. I knew it. There are these. Because I kind of want to leave this area reasonably untouched. Alright, so... that was supposed to be a solid wall. It's just collapsed. Or maybe it was supposed to be that. I feel like it was supposed to be that. 3 wide wall. So that would be wall, this would be open. Open to that point. Hard to tell, but it looks like it's pointed at the top. And then is it mirrored? It's hard to tell. Well, it's not completely mirrored. But there's this archway again. Alright, then we have the stairs going down. And then what's going on over here? Room? Sure is a room. Okay, and then that goes over here to stairs. Very decrepit stairs. I kind of like the green out here. Ooh, maybe there is supposed to be green. It kind of looks... This looks square-ish enough that I almost wonder if there's supposed to be green. Yeah, these look square enough. I kind of think they're supposed to be green. It's hard to tell exactly where it's supposed to end, though. Like, over here makes it look like it would end here, aligned with this. Over here, we've got, like, this whole stretch sticking out here. I don't know, it still could be. So the question then is it dipped down? Like these are? Or is it pushed up? Was it level with this? Or did it step down? Oh, did it do it back here too? Yeah, I feel like there's a little green back here too. So this green very much looks like it was supposed to be level? Maybe? It looks like this is just a strip of 4 that goes across. So I'm willing to bet it's green from here over and then leaves the 1 block along the wall. I mean, we're gonna have to take some creative liberties anyway. Alright, then what do we got over here? So we got this archway here again. We have this doorway here. This just leads to kind of an empty area. There's nothing here. It's kind of a place. That tree really doesn't look like it's supposed to be there. And it's hard to tell if this is supposed to be open or not. Yeah, I think we determined last time that it is in fact supposed to be open. Okay, that area is going to be fun. And then that opens up over here. Yeah, so this tree is absolutely not... all the green in here is absolutely not supposed to be here. Alright, well, let's start taking some pictures. So I feel like first things first, I'm going to worry about this courtyard. So probably going to worry about that courtyard first. I kind of want to worry about this room here, but this is going to be awkward. Oh, geez, you can flip the camera upside down? Whoa. Okay. Oh, man, this room is going to be a pain in the butt to take a picture of. So what if, instead of taking a picture of that room... Sorry, I forgot how to use tools. Perfect. Okay, I don't actually need to know what's going on up top. That is pretty much exactly what I need to know right there. I don't care. Okay, I got trees, so let's go put them back down. That should be enough for us to make, like, those 2 rooms. So, you know what's frustrating is I absolutely do not want to have to actually put down this blueprint, because people are going to hex stuff up. And I don't want them to hex stuff up. So I need to be able to look at the and you can look at the blueprint. They would break blocks you placed. They sure would. Cat house. Oh, hey, remember when we did this? It's gonna bug me forever now. Okay. So I don't actually want to place this. Well, I could, like, place it out here. And, like, they shouldn't break anything. And this will make it easier because I can just look at it like this. Sure would be nice if I could get it to not blink constantly. Whatever, good enough. Okay, so... Oh, that wall actually looks like it's too wide. Okay. Thank you for the resub, Paz! Okay, so looks like that wall is too wide. And then it just comes out, it does a 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fair. Then 1, 2, 3, 2 again. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Nope, not there. All right, and then on the other side, we have our 5, and then it just is popping out 2. Wait, that didn't line up. Oh, because I think this does this. Here. Yeah. So the staircase is actually on the inside of that. Yep. The staircase is actually 1 higher than that. Because this floor technically needs to be filled with floor. And it looks like the whole floor is those square blocks. Hold up. Okay, yeah, they just got a block on either side of them, sure. How do I want to fill this in? I would typically fill it in with this, but I want to make sure I actually get the walls in right. Need more wood. Crap. Okay, give me your wood. Probably gonna need more than 100, but whatever. Thank you, Paz. She is very cute. Just looking off into the distance like an idiot. I think it's funny that you even get comments over the course of the game that, like, you're just kind of staring off into space like an idiot. And, like, look. She's happy, okay? She's happy and she wants to build things. Leave her alone. Okay, so this floor is actually filled with floor. Right there, just like that, floor. I have 308. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so we need walls. What are the walls made of? They're mostly made of wall. Good to know. Okay, so it looks like floor, mid, floor. Almost the entire way around. Is that it? Yeah, even that one is. So floor, mid, floor, and then the two front door pillars kind of are awkward. Need more. I'm gonna use 100 of them. Let's be honest. Not sure what this block is, but I don't think we're gonna even be able to see it. Yeah, we're not even gonna be able to see it, so whatever, really. Heck! Selected the wrong wall. And then we gotta put a roof on it. Alright, that is about right. That is about right. So these front blocks here are different only in as much as that goes there. And then these are 3 high. And that gets these ready for being able to be down here. So we still need to place blocks outside. And that's mostly just the edge pieces, so no biggie. But this here gets filled in. And then I'm willing to bet the outside just follows that same pattern. No, you can't do anything to help. Don't. Yeah, it just does that, and it's got the floor bits going around that. Yes, you do need blocks. I'm not going to give them to you. Technically, I could fill this one with wood. Technically, I can fill this one with wood. Why? Or at least I'm far enough inland that I have to make more blocks at this point, and I will. It's not going to be too big a pain in the butt. Dang it. Why? Okay, so I need more wood. I need more... Actually, I don't need any more corner pieces. Probably gonna need more of these. And then I'm willing to bet that does the same thing. Yep, sure does. Oh, that's awkward. Why? Why would you do that? That's level with the stairs? I mean, alright, whatever, you do you. This goes up normal here, which is the funny part. And then nobody cares about what's here. And then I need more blocks. Wait, no, I don't need more of those. I need more of these. Crap. Block one, hecked it up. And then I don't think we ever see what's in here. So there we go. We have something. It looks like I can fill that in too. So I may do that. I'll just wait until I get around to doing that. Okay. Make me climb all the way down here to pick up these dumb blocks. You sure do, don't worry about it. Okay, so we gotta put chests in this room. Do I have chests? I have 2. How do you make those? In beds, because chests are where your items sleep. Except this chest, because this chest is funky. It's like a decorative chest. It's not a real chest. Four? I'm gonna need a lot more than 4. Hold up, gotta consume egg. No, I guess you do just need 6. 4 there, 2 there. I mean, okay. You do you. There we go. Treasury done. I think from here I'm not going to need these. No, never mind. I may need them. Yeah, I'll just keep all of those on me. And then we can get rid of you. I think I could just grab another one of them if I need it. Because I can head into the Builderpedia blueprints, and we got the green one right here. We also have a bunny, and that first column that got wrecked. I wonder if there's a way to erase these. Oh, you can. Y to erase. Cool. I might as well erase this one. I will never use this again. I'll keep a bun around. You'd think jump would get you out, but instead it just makes the car jump. Yeah, it needs an armor rack or weapon rack behind them or something. I'm assuming you mean these 4 chests over here, and like, yeah, it's a little awkward that there's nothing back here. I'm gonna worry, if I do any decorating, I'm gonna worry about that after the fact. I'm gonna worry about replication first. And then I'm gonna worry about making it look nice. Gotta remember how to friggin' do this. Okay, which of these can I delete? So this is our look around the room. This, okay, I can delete this one. Do I want to keep the outside? Maybe. That one may prove useful later. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. I'm not going to use it now. And if I need to make this, I'm going to re-screenshot it. See, I'm not worrying about it. You'd think some of these would actually be useful, but not going to worry too much about them. Alright, there we go. Ones that matter. Oh, figuring out how to do the hotel challenge, mainly for the reception room recipe. Recipe, items, monsters, rooms. It doesn't take a lot. It needs like the check-in thing. There we go. 2 tables, 1 wall decoration, 1 light source, and 1 stationary. There, that is the reception room. Presumably, the stationary goes on a table. For a wall decoration, that's going to be like a banner or a map, usually. But there you go. Okay, so what do we got here? That wall looks like it goes in 2, then 3, then 3 stairs. So that's 2, then 3, then 3 stairs. So that 2 lines up with this. What does that do with that? Hard to tell. On this side, you also can't tell. It looks like it's just the 2. So that lines up there, so that's those 2. So it looks like it's just that, and you're good. Okay, so other side of the stairs. That's 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. So other side of the stairs. 2, 1, 2. 3, 2. And then that comes out 1. And that looks like that wall is 3 thick. I'm not going to worry about that too much, though. We'll just come out. And then skip 2. So that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 deep. 7 deep, and then it looks like 2. So 7 deep, and then 2. And then... Oh, that looks like 1 before the arch. It's hard to tell, though. Yeah, very much looks like it's 1 before the arch. So 1 turn 3. 1 turn 3. 1 turn 2. One turn 3. 1 turn 2. And it looked like there was like 2 sticking out front or something. Yeah, 1 turn 2, and then 2 more, and then 5 stairs. Yes. And then on the other side, it looks like it just replicates. Yeah, it looks like it's just this, but again. Something like that. Oh, except the stairs should be 1 higher. They should. Okay, so that is 2, 3, 2, door. 2, 3, 2, door. 2, 1, 2, 3. 2. Door is here. Door is too wide. So that looks like 2, 3, 1, 1. No, that is 2, 3, 2. And then 1 in the corner. So that's 2. 2, 3, 2, 1 in the corner, and then it looks like we just got that wall. That just goes back and does its thing. And it pokes out 2 at the end. Same as this side did. Okay, so we have the room laid out. So this is going to be filled in with floor. The stairs do, in fact, need to be 1 higher. I think this is grass under these. I'll check in a moment. I can put that in the back corner of them. It just makes it harder for me to remember that that's where it goes. Okay, so how about that grass? Looks like it mostly is just a square that goes corner to corner to corner. Okay, I'm sure I've got a lot of grass on me. I do. So I'm going to go ahead and make the grass level with the ground. I feel like... On one hand, I kind of feel like it's supposed to be lower one. But on the other hand, the back grass, I'm more confident is level, and it would be weird for it not to be one or the other. Okay, so I'm guessing that side does the same, just corner to corner to corner. Yeah, that one is also corner to corner. And that also looks like it is corner to corner to corner. Okay. Nice and easy then. Heck! See, what's funny is I actually kind of want to hold conversation, and I've been having some vague form of a continuation of my existential crisis from before, but in a much more positive note. And, like, I don't know, I'd talk about that, but then, like, I feel I'm really bad at getting distracted and staying on topic, and every 10 seconds right now I'm like, okay, yeah, but what was it I was supposed to be doing? Okay, there. It looks like they put the bottom block in all the way around. And then it's 3 and then the top. It's only really that one there that sticks out that's different. And then, like, the stairs are wonk. That back isn't. Why isn't that back? Well, I'm going to make the back that, and we'll fix it later if we have to. Ooh, that's interesting. We have those back 2 there, and then on this side, we have those back 2 there. Oh, that is, like, weird. It's weirdly functional. This side had a 3 high thing in it. This side had stairs, just like the other side. It's not a flat wall. This side is a mirror of the other side. I knew I'd figure it out eventually. Yeah, because there's 2 there, and then all of these. Ooh. Those are all 1s. That's 2. And then on this side, we have that 2 that sticks out. Then we have 3. And then we have a hole of 3. And then these go up like that. And then that's going to be another doorway, the same as this side. Need more stairs. Yeah, that's going to do that the same as that side. How about that? Okay, it looks like otherwise, I think everything was just... You have your regular blocks here at the bottom. These parts that stick out were a little weird. For whatever reason, these 2 back blocks were different, and I disagree. So I'm just gonna not. And if we have to change them later on, then we change them later on. These also get weird. The whole area up here gets weird. Okay, so I need more of you. And then we can sift you into you. Yeah, that might have something to do with what's on the other side. I don't know what's on the other side. So we're just gonna kinda assume that they're wrong. But if we are eventually proven to be the one that is wrong, then I'll fix it. Alright, easiest way to do this one is gonna be... I changed things and you know it! Okay, let's double check some screenshots. I'm pretty sure this is all correct. Yeah, we're correct. We're good. It's just that front bit by the stairs that gets weird. So it actually looks like that part is correct. It's just that we get weird there. So what we end up with is... the back blocks are fine, but these blocks go here. And those front blocks just stay there. Heck. Hack. Alright, we're almost there. Just this little bit left to do. Really? That was a solid wall? It's kind of weird that that was a solid wall, considering we have an opening on the other side. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty solid. Alright, you do you. Can't forget you. All right, we got wall level all the way around. So how high do these doorways go? Okay, so it looks like it's only one higher. So I'll put the gap above these whenever it is that I put the gap above those. That I fill in the rest of the wall. So these corners are, the bottom is indeed the bottom, and then we have the weird two-line spot on the top. I need to make those. Well, I can plop these down while I'm here. And what exactly is going on with the stairs? Okay, so it looks like we go into... What is going on with that? I'm gonna have to go back and look. That's weird. Okay, so we got these here for sure. And I think even they continue across this flat. I gotta make some more of the things. These. And then these get placed here. They get rotated? I think they get rotated. See, you can't tell under those. Those are sideways. Those are sideways. They get rotated. Can you, like, not... Can I not rotate it? They're locked into position. Okay, well, one thing I don't have to worry about. Yep, that's what I wanted to do. Yep, that's what I wanted to do. Just want to open my inventory. I got 2 gold ones. I don't have regular ones. Oh, hey, thanks for the follow. Okay, so we got that. We need torches. You. You know, it'd probably be easier if I put the actual floor in here. Yep, exactly where I wanted it. Okay, so we got those. I think those are where they're supposed to be. They sure are. There is one line. Okay, so we got one of those up top. So you go there. And then also on that side. I cannot reach that far. And then I think we have the gate crossing the inside of that. So let's take a look at our gates. Where would you be? Dang it. Alright, I think we did it. I think we're good. So let's back to figuring out what's going on with the front of this. Because those, at first glance, those look like full-height walls, but those, it looks like there's holes or something in the middle. And I really can't... And I really cannot tell what they're trying to do, but those look like holes. Why? Are they supposed to be holes? Because that's awkward. Yeah, but it does behind this just look like... It just looks like it would be that otherwise. Except, like, you know, the holes. Okay, so we gotta put down some... I'm hitting the wrong button. We gotta put down some corners. They look pretty simple. I'm gonna need more of these. Alright, simple enough. And we can plop down you over here. We can plop down you over here. And there we go, looking good. So I do realize that the original uses a lot of little foot pieces in here instead of these. And on one hand, can I genuinely be bothered to fix that? On the other hand, maybe I'll just get back to it someday. Okay, so fill this in with ground, whatever that is. It looks like it's all flat. It's all flat block. Except for that top row by that stairs. And underneath the arches. And in that corner for some weird reason, I'm not worried about it. Because it's not like that on the other side. And there's no reason for it to be. So, yeah, that, which I've already got done, and underneath the arches is also these. And the rest is flat. I'm going to need a lot more flat pieces. Okay, since this is going to take, like, half a second, I may have a time to get out my thinkings without distracting myself too much. But it was on the nature of the, I guess, existential crisis that I mentioned before about the, about how the times have changed, and that isn't grass going all the way in there. And getting that, like, raw creativity is also much more difficult now. And I do still wholeheartedly believe that you just don't get that level of creativity anymore, but I think the important thing to know, or to take note of, is that doesn't mean you didn't get garbage back then anyway. Like, you got garbage back then, so this isn't me just saying but the old times were better because the poop now didn't exist back then. No, it always existed. It has always existed. But I think some of it is also me looking into what my personal taste is. Because I was talking to a couple people at work who, they're big anime fans, and they were talking about anime. I'm not actually a huge anime fan. I used to be. I used to watch a ton more anime than I do now. But I really don't watch anime anymore. It takes very few, very specific shows to actually get me interested. And I was trying to think, like, well, what's changed? Why is it that I'm not interested now when I used to be? And on one hand, I can say that's because anime has changed, and it has. As any industry will. I don't know what this looks like. Looks like it's just flat the whole way through. Yep, sure is. But that kind of comes down to the common complaints of that, like, everybody has whenever you talk about people who have complaints talking about anime. Is always like, it's like, oh, well, it's all too samey now, that nobody innovates, nobody's doing anything to further the medium. And I think what got me, and I found this is the same for games, too, because even though I don't know a lot about anime, and the anime scene, the anime market, whatever, like, even though I don't know a lot about that anymore, I feel like it still parallels the video game industry quite a bit, in that it's gotten a lot more popular. There we go. It's gotten a lot more popular, so people have needed to change dramatically how they handle this new popularity. This new mass appeal. And a lot of that is it becomes a lot more corporate. It becomes a lot more about making a buck. What can they get out to make $1? Instead of, like, making something personal or with passion behind it. And I've found that, like, okay, yeah, maybe some of those things do exist across both mediums. And it also becomes harder to do unique, innovative things as the market has gotten so big and as so many games have been made. Like, whenever a new technology is introduced, whenever a new medium is introduced, it's ripe for everything new that comes out is something that it was never done before. So it's all new. And it's all rough because nobody really knows how to do things yet. And as games are made, or animes, or anything are made, and the medium exists for a while, there becomes a much better general understanding of like what works and what doesn't work. So when you get the innovation, when you get the not necessarily innovation, when you get the creative minds going out and doing those really unique things, pushing what they're capable of, it still has a very different feel from the initial innovations. Because they're doing it with all this pre-existing knowledge of what works and what doesn't work, even if they're doing something new. So it's both innovation. They're both innovating. It's just a much more refined innovation. And I've found a personal preference, and this is what it comes down to, is a personal preference of mine is I really prefer when things have those rough edges. I like it when it has those rough edges, when people don't really know how to do things yet, so they're trying something new and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And to me, I feel like when you see that, you get a lot more of the original author's intent, the original author's passion, when it's less tainted by pre-existing notions of what you should and should not do. This does objectively make for worse games, but I feel like I like them personally more. And this comes to things, and you can still do this today. Like, new games can come out today that still have this roughness to them because they're trying to do something different. And then that can be refined later on as they learn what works and what doesn't work in this new thing they've done. And this is where we get... I've mentioned my opinions on several games. Mega Man Legends. Mega Man Legends 1 versus Mega Man Legends 2. Objectively, Mega Man Legends 2 is the better game. But Mega Man Legends 1 had a roughness to it. That feeling of them pioneering out and doing something weird and unorthodox. And nothing fit quite right, but you could tell they were still out there trying to do that thing, trying to make it work. And then, of course, they took the knowledge from that and they made 2, which was better, but it had less of that feel to it. They did this with Mega Man Legends 1 and 2. They did this with Chameleon Twist 1 and 2. Thank you for the resub, Mystical. They did this with Chameleon Twist 1 and 2, which I mentioned. Chameleon Twist 2, objectively better than 1. But 1 had that rough passion to it. They did this with Paper Mario. Paper Mario 1 and Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Thousand Year Door, objectively better. But 1, it had that rough passion to it. And there's just something about that I like. Not everybody will. Not everybody will. There are people that just want that better game. They just want a better game. Dang it. And yeah, that makes complete sense. It's not so much that it's a diamond in the rough that stays rough, it's that you can feel I feel anyway, that you can feel that initial passion of what they wanted to do with this better. When it's less, for lack of a better word, tainted by pre-existing notions of what works and what doesn't work. Like, those notions will affect what they want to do. It will reflect how their passion is conveyed. And without those pre-existing notions, you will get something that's rougher, but I feel like you'll get something that's a more raw feeling of what they wanted and what they were trying to do. And I feel like that's why there's not a lot of anime that I like now compared to anime that was out decades past. Not that there isn't, good stuff coming out now, but it's when anime has been out long enough now, and it's been popular enough now, that there's a lot more of those pre-existing notions. People know what works and what doesn't work. So anything that's made, even if it's made with hey, we got this cool, innovative idea, it's still being made with decades of information about what works and what doesn't work. Now, and decades past, anime's been around for decades and decades and decades and decades at this point. So even 20 years ago, it still had a ton of information before then, but there were so many innovations in the anime industry going up that probably two odd decades ago, 3 odd decades ago, you were kind of still on the cusp of a bunch of new innovations that let them make anime in a different way. So you got a lot of that rough passion. And there just hasn't been a lot in the way of major innovations in anime since then. There's been a lot of refinement, but not raw, huge innovations. Now, you do still get that rough passion sometimes. Let's talk for a moment about One Punch Man. Because if you want to talk about something that's raw, authorial intent, look at the original One Punch Man comic, the web comic, drawn by One himself. That's that. And what we've gotten with the new updated manga and the anime is Murata. What's his name? Yusuke Murata? Murata. He got it. He got what One was trying to convey, what he was trying to do with those comics. And even though Murata does art and makes amazing art that does have a lot of that learnedness to it, that adaptedness to it, he got what One was after. So the story that he tells in the manga and in turn in the anime, it conveys that. It conveys that that initial intent so well. And that's why y'all should go watch and or read One Punch Man. Of note is that the second season of the anime wasn't nearly as good as the first, and that's mostly because the second season, plot-wise, didn't do as much that was super exciting, and they kind of just had to crank it out, so you didn't get that, like, passion in conveyance. So, like, the second season is worse, not just because, like, oh, the animation is worse or anything, or the plot's worse or whatever. It's worse because the conveyance of authorial intent is worse. Because they're just cranking it out fast as they could to get it done. I don't know if we're ever going to get a third season, but, like, I feel like a third season would actually deal with the climax of the Garo arc, and man, they could pull out all the stops for that, and it would be amazing. Anyway, back to building castles, now that I've talked for like 3 times longer than it took me to actually do this. Okay, I don't know what to do next. We did that. It's still early-ish. So we got something going on over here. So I could think about making this little hall, I guess. Yeah, that'd probably be a good spot. Just make this little hall going down, and that'll end with the staircase going down, which I won't do the thing down. Yeah, personal favorite is My Hero Academia. Yeah, My Hero Academia. It doesn't do the thing that I appreciate, but that doesn't make it bad. In fact, I'll flat out say I think My Hero Academia is actually really friggin' good. And it has some really amazing moments in it. So, like, I'll say that. I don't think it doesn't do that thing that I personally super like, but, like, it does. It's darn good. And that's the thing. Like, this is entirely me talking about personal preference. It's me having thought about and figured out this thing that I personally really like. And what I personally really like has nothing to do with whether it's objectively good or bad. Yeah, I feel like going over here is going to be kind of a nightmare, so let's just worry about this little hallway over here for now. And then while we're at it, maybe take another look at what the heck's going on with this. So I guess let's go do that. Look at that room, though. That's a nice looking room. And that's another thing. Being aware of tropes doesn't necessarily, or like examining things and deconstructing it doesn't necessarily mean it can't do the thing. But obviously, the more tropes it uses, the more, unless the author's raw intent is really unoriginal, the more tropes it uses, the less intent you see. Or I shouldn't say the less intent you see, but the more influenced their intent is, I guess. Because that's the other thing. Like, I appreciate that raw authorial intent, but, like, sometimes the raw authorial intent can just be boring. So, like, it's a fine line, and that's kind of the reason why I don't watch much anime anymore, is there's just not a lot of things that actually appeal to that thing that I want, that I'm looking for. Because it's hard to. It's really hard to do. I'm breaking that snow because it bothers me. It's really hard to have a vision that's not dramatically influenced by the way things are going anymore, and by what's already existed anymore. So I feel like the longer things go on, the more likely we are to see something that's fairly heavily influenced by existing... Yeah, look at that. It just got a friggin' hole. Why? Why do you have a hole in the wall? I mean, whatever, I guess, but... it's just a little weird is all. Okay, so we can fill that up, though, and then be done with that, and then I don't have to worry about that anymore. In fact, I'm pretty sure we can fill it up... Not helpful. What if I do this? I'm pretty sure we can fill it up, like, almost all the way. I wish I could just, like, without making a blueprint, just, like, scale down the friggin' world. Yeah, I feel like we can make that wall just go flat back on the other side and not have to worry about it. Anyway, over here... Yeah, and that's also not to say that I can't enjoy some tropes when they're done. You know how much I friggin' like Gurren Lagann? I'm also a sucker for shonen stuff, so, you know, there's that too. I kind of feel like when Gurren Lagann came out, it did have a little bit more of that authorial intent to it. And you got that in a couple places. Like, yeah, part of Gurren Lagann was, heck yeah, tropes. But I feel like as the show went on, you got a little more of a deeper look at characters. Like a more psychological look at things. And like, yeah, of course, the whole point of Gurren Lagann is Roro Fight the Power. But it got deeper as it went on. Like, you think of Gurren Lagann and you think of a super shallow show, but it was a lot deeper than you give it credit for. And one thing that I really appreciate is shonen anime that has that little bit of depth to it. I like shonen anime that wasn't built for elementary schoolers. What do we got going on here? So this is a pretty simple hallway at the end of the day. Like, not much going on to it but that. We want to take a look in here, because I don't know what that is, but it's probably important. And then this side just looks like... I mean, you know, that. I don't feel like I really even need any more information than that. So, honestly surprised My Hero Academia didn't click with me. I think what didn't get me about My Hero Academia is one thing I do not like is school setting, slice of life. And, like, I think My Hero Academia does it best, or at least I'm most interested in My Hero Academia when it's neither of those things. Because it has some real good, cool moments in it. But then it's like, okay, back to teachers, back to school, and learning, and... I don't care. I genuinely don't. Like, that's kind of what Naruto did for a really long time. And what with the teams being split up and having their teacher teaching them and all of that, like... Naruto did that for a really long time, and that it just doesn't get me anymore. And honestly, I kind of feel like even when I watched Naruto the first time, because my tastes have changed since then. When I watched Naruto the first time, I feel like even then I was least fond of that aspect of it, and I was most fond when there was just friggin' cool fights. And people having genuine, like... genuine crap with each other. It was like, it was that the fights would have... I guess we're done here. It was when the fights were a lot more than just like, yep, there's two guys fighting. Like in the, Chunin exam. Like, there's no basis for that. Like, they're fighting because they have to fight, because Chunin exam. But, like, my favorite fights were the ones that had a lot more emotion behind them. Like, there was a lot more reason why these two people wanted to fight. And wanted to pull out all the stops to take out the other. Even if technically it wasn't high stakes, this was their chance for their, like, two ideologies to battle each other. And, like, you got that with Rock Lee and Gara, where the two of them were kind of the almost epitome of... It was kind of the epitome of hard work versus talent. Where, like, the whole fight was just Gara showing what he already had, and Rock Lee showing what he had to work harder and harder to do, or to gain. And then you had a similar setup with Naruto versus Neji. I think his name was Neji. Naruto versus Neji. Which, again, was a really good fight. And that was even personal stuff in there, because at that point Naruto was just friggin' tired of Neji's crap. And they portrayed that differently. Because in that one, they showed that effort. Like, you don't get that effort, or you got that effort in a different way. Or they showed the effort in a different way. Whereas with Rock Lee versus Gara, it was still kind of showing everything that Rock Lee had already had and had already attained. But he was just revealing more and more of what he was capable of and what he had gained through effort. Whereas with Naruto versus Neji, Naruto's hard work came in the fight. So it wasn't like the same theme, really. It was Rock Lee works hard off the field to gain enough to be able to win on the field, whereas Naruto works hard on the field. Even the combat was a little bit different on Gara and Neji's side, because with Gara, it was very much what he already had. It was like a possession. Whereas Neji, he had to put the legwork in. He had the talent. But, like, he still had to fight. Okay, so what do we got? 2, 4, 6. And then it goes back for a while. Yeah, and like the biggest thing with me anymore is like it's the slice of life, really. It's everybody, like my least favorite, my 110% least setting in any anime is a high school. Like, you cannot find a setting that I like least about anime than a high school. What am I doing? I gotta make more of you. I forgot why I even came here. And then I gotta go to you. And I gotta make more of you. Would you say the same thing about the tournaments in Dragon Ball? It depends what you're... I guess it depends what you're referring to. Like, I'm not sure what specifically you're relating what I said to, so... Wow, that's a lot. Let's not make that many. Like that... The thing that I said that I would say the same about Dragon Ball, I'm not sure what the thing that I said would be. Dang it. Well, that's getting filled up anyway. But it bothers me that it's there for now. Wrong button. Okay, so this goes back... Oh, it's just, crosswise to that. Okay, that's easy enough. So we get, like, you there, and you there, and you there, and you there. Right? 4 in the middle. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's another kind of big thing for me, is I appreciate anime, or I'm not a kid anymore. And when I was really big into anime, I kind of was. And one of the probably biggest markets for anime is kids. So the general, like, age group they're trying to appeal to is much younger than me, and that's where the high school setting comes in. A lot of people find that relatable. They'll find characters that they enjoy because it reminds them either of themselves or or someone they want to be, or a life that they could be living instead of the one they already have. And I get that, but I'm like 34 years old. I'm not interested in high school kids. High school kids and their adventures. And that's why anymore I really appreciate... Like, I enjoy shonen-styled series, but I enjoy them the most when they're not about high school-age kids. Okay, so on the other side of the door, this goes back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then is the doorway. Oh, perfect. Oh no, it's on the other side of that, so this keeps going. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I think we have one there. Yeah, I thought I was younger than you. Admittedly, sometimes I act like a child. As some of the tournament fights, not adding to anything. It depends where you are in Dragon Ball. A lot of them can be really neat and showcase something one way or the other, be it a character's growth or how they handle different situations. But Dragon Ball is also... I'm thinking about the original Dragon Ball, not Z. Some of it did feel a little bit like padding. Like, yeah, we gotta put more fights in, let's have a goofy time. And you even get that sometimes in Z, like, let's introduce some dumb guys. And they can go be dumb guys. Good job. But I think one thing you also have to remember is Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z they're shown in series, but they're also comedies. And sometimes they put in those fights just because it'll be funny. And what it adds to it, even if it doesn't add any character development or exploration of characters or combat or fighting or anything, sometimes it's, can you get a laugh out of it, though? And admittedly, I think the humor of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z is one of the things I've always liked the least about Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. But that's me. Okay, so what do we got now? I think we got the floor laid out. Looks like the wall just does the same old-fashioned wall thing. Have the bottom, goes up 4, we got another weird block there. I don't know what's going on there, man. I'm gonna have to look at the outside. I'm gonna have to go look at the outside. Because that goes outside the bounds of the castle. And then that far wall is all just straight up. So for the most part, we can just fill in what we got. And then, like, here, this goes out one more. Like, 2 more. Man, I gotta go back out again. Okay, well, let's go make more blocks so we can build what we gotta build. Not where I need to be. See, as far as, like, shonen series, though, like, I like a good dumb shonen show. I like a friggin' Roro Fight the Power. Like, it's great. It's hype as all get out, and I can really appreciate that. But anymore, or Toriko. Remember Toriko? I mean, the ending of Toriko kind of felt like it was rushed, but still. Good stuff. Didn't star children. But was still kind of, at the end of the day, a shonen series. Even JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is, at the end of the day, I mean, it's like classified as a seinen series, I think. Because, you know, violence. But I feel like it's still framed like a shonen series. And one of my favorite things about these series, though, is that they're not about kids. Like, these are adults dealing with what would be adult problems. So I think I was just going to put stairs on the other side of this. Which also means those blocks cannot be that, but I guess we'll worry about that when we get there. Oh, you know, that's why this was here. Okay. And honestly, I think one other thing that kind of gets to me that I really hate is excessive violence for the sake of violence. Like, there's meaningful violence. You get it. JoJo's can get Like, JoJo's can get kind of pretty violent. But it's not excessive, and it's meaningful. Whereas anymore, I feel like a lot of shows put violence in it just because they can, and that's part of like the audience pandering and doing what they know the audience will dig that I hate. And like, honest to goodness, it feels a little, the way some series handle it anyway, feels a little, I don't know, I want to say like fetishistic. Like, it's not a good feel. Like, it doesn't feel like it's there because it has meaning. It feels like it's there because somebody gets off to it. Okay, those go straight up, which is weird. Those go around. Well, I'll tell you what, dang it. I disagree, and I'm gonna put these blocks up here. So we gotta figure out what's going on here. Otherwise... I feel like art style reflects a lot of that too. Because one thing for me was, what was it? Goblin Slayer. I've seen like almost no Goblin Slayer because I saw just enough to know that I absolutely did not want to watch Goblin Slayer. Because it felt like, and it was almost purely because of the art style, it felt like that almost like violence gore fetish kind of crap. Or worse, you know. It felt bad. It felt dirty. Whereas, alternatively, Berserk. Berserk deals with the same topics. The same kind of crap. The same kind of stuff. And Berserk feels good. What am I getting? Well, I forget what I came here for. I came here from where are you? Okay, I don't know what's going on this side, but I'm going to get rid of these, and I'm going to put these in. Because I know that goes down, and I don't know what it's going to involve, but I can only hope. And, like, honestly, you can tell me that, like, the first episode was non-indicative, but there's stuff that goes on throughout the entirety of Goblin Slayer that maybe it's not as bad as that first episode, but there's still a whole lot of really not feeling good about, like, the whole series. Like, maybe it's never that bad or weird, but I'll say, like, maybe they handle some things really good, because I haven't seen it, really. Mostly I just read a lot about it. And like, there's a lot of not great in there. There's a lot of not great in there. Maybe there is a lot of great, but there's a lot of not great in there. Okay, so I have no idea how the outside of this is handled, so we're gonna have to look into that. I don't know what's going on down here. I may just leave it like this until I decide to handle the basement. And I might as well look and see what's done about this. I feel like it just goes straight up, but I'll want to look into that. So getting the outside of this is probably it, and then we're done. So back we go, yet again. And I will say, I think probably the best part about Goblin Slayer is Goblin Slayer. Hands down, I think he's the best part about it. I want to say a lot of it is the art style, probably, that just feels really wrong. I mean, that's me, though. But maybe there's that, and some of the surrounding characters just have little bits and pieces that I don't know about. But, like, Goblin Slayer himself? Good dude. Good dude. Messed up dude, but good dude. Like, he feels very berserk. Whereas I feel like very little of the rest of the world does. Okay, so you're gonna be problems. Okay, so there we go. You can see what it does. Okay, so that one does just go straight up like I thought. That's cool. This here does something. And then that does what I absolutely expected it to do. This side that kind of does what I expected it to do. And so it doesn't really matter what I do here outside of that. I really feel like the stairs should be here. Like, it feels... They don't often put stairs just with empty space on the side. Never mind, they do. Okay, shut me up. Yeah, shock value to make headlines. Didn't like the decision. I think, and the reason why I say I think it's art style that bothers me, and a number of anime do this, and I don't think Goblin Slayer does it nearly as bad as some series does, but given the topics that Goblin Slayer deals with, I feel like it ends up falling into kind of the same topic. Where... Dang it. Where, when you make all the characters look like your typical super cute anime ladies, and then you rough them the heck up, violence, gore, you name it, that to me feels like a fetish. And I've seen a lot of anime do that. It's just a more common thing nowadays, and I don't like it. It doesn't feel good at all. Alright, heading out, Paz. Okay, so let's finish up this hot mess. So... Wait a minute. That's not a connected pillar. That's a little weird. There's no block on that side. It just goes one and then stair. And the stair is floating. So that's what we actually end up with. And that would be how the room actually opens up. So we'll leave that be for now, and we'll tamper with these over here. All right, so another thing that is like purely personal preference on my part is I'm just not a big fan of... I'm just generally not a big fan of violence in animes. Well, violence, I mean like gore type violence, not just like people punching each other violence. And that's a personal preference thing. And it's weird. It's weird because there are shows that I do like that are like, I like Berserk. But like Berserk is the opposite of not violent. So, I don't know, maybe it just has to be handled right, but for the most part, I don't like it. And that's where, okay, so that goes out one, that goes out one. So we have one like here. But that's where I also kind of like more shonen type series. Because that's where you get, like, big, dramatic, important fights, but also not just excessive violence in order to get that across. Okay, so I guess it's literally just this. I will say I think I have an easier time reading the Berserk manga than I would watching it in action. I don't know if I could stomach watching the Berserk anime. But I can, but I friggin' eat the manga right up. Oh, that goes up 2. Okay. And that was even that, like, weird, like, 3D Berserk that, like, everybody agreed was garbage. There was just a couple... I watched, like, just a short scene at the start of that. And was immediately like, no, I can't take this violence. I can't do it. But then, like, of course, it was actually just garbage. But still, like, it can't watch it in animation, but I can read the manga. Okay, so we got this whole room done here on the side. We've got this ready and able to go downstairs. We got this weird thing over here. Got this leading back here. Everything is filled in. Oh, I was going to fill this in over here. Not. Let's see here. You can actually see this block, so I gotta put a block there. There we go. Now I can't get up there. Alright, so that looks correct from this side. Cool. Oh, there's also like a torch on the inside over here. Hold up, I gotta look at these pictures again. It's one of these 100 buttons on this. Okay, so we got a torch there. Are there any other torches? Looks like only that torch. So that torch is it against the wall? No. It's on the other side of the doorway. One immediately on the other side of the doorway, and then one there. Oh, okay, I see. So it's like there and there. I don't think I put them the right height. They're one under the thing, so they gotta go one higher. Are you even trying? There we go. Okay, we got them full height. So I think that did it. We did it. We did the thing. I mean, castle is slowly coming together. Little by little. Oh, I filled this out. Yeah, I did fill it with castle blocks. It's fine. I just use wood because I don't know why I use wood. I use wood because it's easy to make and doesn't heck with anything. Just to the right of where I'm standing now? I don't know, it's as well done as anything. I assumed he meant this. And like, yeah, I did. Whatever. I'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, like, I like the wood as a filler, though. I don't know why. I like it because it tells me it's filler. I know this is filler. It'll never be seen by anyone. It's just a solid mass of wood. And what a mass! I was debating if I even wanted to keep doing it for like little things like that, but it's serving its purpose. And now it's just kind of become a thing where that's what I do is I fill that stuff in with wood. So maybe I won't fill everything in with wood, but that's fine. Ooh! Like, I'm sure I missed bits over here. Like, this could be wood. Right here. And this here. So I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. It's only really important to me when it's, like, big stuff. Like, even these 3x3s, I'm kind of glad I made wood. And I guess this is nice, because that tells me, like, this is straight cut off. And even though I could do these weird little bits like this, I don't think it's hurting interpretation. Like right here, these two bits, I almost feel like I should have made them castle blocks. Kind of the same over here. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Anyway, we're getting there, and it's getting late, and I have to work tomorrow. So instead of getting involved in a whole new room, which I think the next room that I do would probably end up being this over here, and working our way this way. Because we have a little room here that's just kind of a hallway. That probably won't take long at all to do. And then you have the outdoor fountain area over here. And then I think you have another little hallway-like area on the outside of the fountain on this side. So that'll probably be what I tackle next time, is knocking that out. I wonder what's going on over here. I think another fairly simple thing to do would be to do the staircase room right here that leads up to the second floor. So that'll be nice though. Like knock out this so we can stretch that out. Then we'll want to take care of the throne, or not the throne, the staircase and the dungeon. And once those are taken care of, then we can probably think about doing the back end of the rooms over here. Like on the other side of the fountain. And I feel like once all of that's done, we can raise the wall up and work on the second floor. Which is going to be over here, and that's going to be like the throne room and the garden out here. That'll be a whole ordeal raising that wall up. And that'll probably involve us actually putting a ceiling on everything, too. So yeah, that'll be fun. Anyway, it's getting late. Not telling the tax collector where I am. Not telling them nothing. Not getting a dime from me. I made this castle myself. I own this island. I am the tax collector. But, okay, yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Been fun. Reminder that tomorrow, we are going to be streaming same time, 8:15-ish or so. And we're going to be playing some SRB 2K. If you don't know what SRB 2K is, it's Sonic Robo Battle 2 Kart. Because somebody looked at Sonic Robo Battle 2 and said, what if they were in carts? It's great fun. It's super easy to get into if you want to give it a shot. You can just Google SRB2 cart and you can find it. There's a download. You're looking for version like 1.1 or whatever, like whatever. It's a forum post. You can find it, download it, super easy. You're just off and running. You can download and be running in 10 minutes. The game does take a little bit of practice to get all right at. Very heavily drift focused, but like once you get a feel for it, it goes pretty alright. It's good times. But that'll be next time. We're going to play on a public server probably. I may do some time trials first. I don't know. But, yeah, gonna be good. Hope Jart's open. I want to play on Jart. Because Jart just introduces a crap ton of user-made maps and user-made characters. And that's all I ever wanted. I want all the map. I don't want like weird gameplay mods or anything like that. I just want a ton of maps and a ton of playable characters. Anyway, good night everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Stick around till tomorrow for some SRB 2K.